What's going on, Fed Nation? Welcome back to the next episode of Fed Chats that we are getting the people of the group involved in talking about their journey through COVID-19, and we'll probably continue this thereafter. But right now we have our next guest, Charlie. Charlie, introduce yourself to Fed Nation and just tell a little bit about who you are.
Hey everybody, Charlie here from FAIM Reps. We're a water filtration wholesaler distributor out of Rochester, New York. So, that's our background. I'm a sales slash partner of the company. We've been affected by COVID-19, as has everybody. Mm-hmm. But there's plenty to do right now. Most of our workforce is working from home. Safety is number one concern. So it's just really, me, my grandfather who's coming in, can't keep him out of here.
Right. Yeah. And you said, so FAIM Reps, this is a family business?
Yes, family business.
Okay. So your grandfather says the owner, you're a partner in the business?
Yes.
So COVID-19 happens, a few weeks back. How does everything kind of unravel for you guys? Now, do you have a distribution center that you're shipping out of?
Yep. We do everything out of our Rochester location. We do some shipping directs. We work with factories all over the U.S., but for the most part, we ship right out of our location here in Rochester. So, we've noticed, UPS, FedEx, they've been prioritizing certain things. Mm-hmm. So lead times have been a little lengthy for certain products, as you can see if you just order on Amazon. It's crazy. Some things are like 3-4 weeks out. Yeah. Usually our stuff is a couple of days more.
Yeah. We do work with you guys and, a lot of, so you're distributing filters. Is that the main business?
Yeah, we do filters. We dabble in ice machines, but we're mainly water filtration wholesale. Yeah. We work with a lot of, service companies, food service distributors, dealers, just about anything in the industry, restaurants, bars, hospitals even, C-stores. So
awesome. So going back to a few weeks back, COVID-19 is just beginning to kind of bring itself to fruition here in the U.S. and how it kind of unraveled for you. So you have your distribution center. Are you guys, like for us, I made an announcement on Friday that we had to do a furlough pretty much for the entire company, just because we really can't get into a lot of locations at this point. So
that's right.
When it unraveled for you, where were you at from when it started to now? Or do we have
so
people working,
about
furloughed?
So we haven't had to do any furlough, luckily. We do enough supermarkets and C-stores. We've been able to keep everybody on. Yeah. We're running probably 50% what we usually would be doing this time of year. So, that's not good, but it's enough to keep our employees on. Yeah. And we are taking advantage of this PPP going on, which is great.
Yes.
So that's a real advantage for us. We finally got that submitted. But about March 17th, we had just about all of our employees that were able to work from home, and then past that. So everybody's still working from home. We use Teams, Microsoft Teams, as our meeting platform. And that's been really great.
Yeah, well, so this is obviously Fed Nation. We're all about digital and technology and stuff. So talk a little bit about Microsoft Teams. How's that helped you?
It's a great platform. We're able to meet with everybody in our company. We'll do a morning meeting, make sure everybody's got their goals in line for the day, see where everybody's at. And then throughout the day, if we need anybody in particular, I'll call up my coworker Kevin, or get Lori and Kevin on the phone or something, get something going on. It's a great way to keep everybody involved, just like we're in the office.
Yeah. We're all having to adapt to a new way of life, because this, I think this is going to change things going forward. I'm sure we're going to get back to some normalcy at some point. But I think this is going to make people really begin to rethink the work from home, because I know a lot of old school ways of thinking, like if they're not in the office, they're not being productive. Which,
That's right.
I don't know if I buy into that. I think you could be productive from home. What's your thoughts and process in your mind right now going forward? Is there a new strategy to work more from home?
There's definitely a little bit of a learning curve that we ran into at first, making sure everybody had their goals in line for the day, making sure everybody was on the same page, really. It's all about communication. Um,
Yeah.
you know, uh, my grandfather in particular, he's like, I don't know if this is a good idea,
Yeah, well,
with that
old,
old school
old school.
thinking. But we've been able to prove that it's been effective.
Yeah.
It's a great substitute. I mean, there's nothing like everybody being in the office and, sharing ideas, getting things going. But this really has been working out so far.
Yeah.
We haven't had any real issues using Teams. I mean, I've been using Zoom too for other things like,
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, talking with customers or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, without this technology, I don't know where we'd be.
Yeah, I mean, imagine this happened, a little over a decade ago or so. A lot of us, we would all be just dead in the water. Come talk about isolation, we'd be isolated.
That's
So
so
yeah,
true. I mean, thinking
thank God
about
for technology.
Skype business pricing 10 years ago, I remember that was like
Yeah,
really expensive. So
yeah,
only like, I mean, everybody would be shelling out for that.
yeah.
But the infrastructure is here now.
It is.
Uh, so we're able
It
to
is.
make it happen.
Yeah. So, and let's talk a little bit more about you, so that the Fed Nation gets to know you. So let's go back some years. I noticed that we had talked about this, Reese, just briefly. Australia. So
Yep.
talk a little bit about your time in Australia. Let's hear about your experience there.
Yeah. So I studied abroad at the University of Sydney. Um, I was a business administration major. So I took some classes and I did an internship, which was really great learning experience for me. I was able to work in a community kitchen called RB Kitchen, which is right on Bondi Beach, which was very cool.
Nice.
So I was able to work with the homeless, preparing food and essential needs for people that just couldn't provide for themselves and were just in a tough spot. So
Yeah.
that was a real neat experience. I was really able to make good use of my time there, and it was a great way to meet a lot of people.
Yeah, that's great. So, listen, continuing to talk more about the COVID-19 thing. Now we're talking about safety stuff going forward. Masks,
Absolutely.
gloves. For service companies, it's already changing. I've been watching a lot of different people's feeds. Heritage Food Service, I saw up in Canada, they were in the hazmat suits and they had the masks.
Yeah.
So these are already changing. For us, one of the things I'm working on now is going to look to put together these packages that are going to be standard on vans for the disinfectants and antibacterial, all that stuff. And
That's smart.
is there anything that you guys in your distribution center, and what's things looking like post COVID or going forward? Are we going to be wearing all these things on a regular basis? What's changing?
I mean, we're gonna be disinfecting boxes, making sure that everything we send out totally sanitized on our end. Everything we receive in, same deal, making sure things are cleaned right off the gate. Because I mean, this virus, it can last 24 hours on a cardboard box. So
Yeah.
scary time shipping wise. All our UPS and FedEx drivers, they're wearing gloves.
Mm-hmm.
Some are wearing masks, but everybody's just taking the right precautions. So we've been Lysoling, making sure everybody's washing hands regularly, just keeping clean. I mean, that's like best practice.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think this is just going to really continue to change the landscape. Because when people get ready to go back to restaurants and back to bars and back out into the world, I don't think we're going to be elbow to elbow either. So
yeah, no, yeah, we're going to be keeping our distance.
We are going to continue to keep the distance. There's going to be a new normal. I don't know how long that'll last, but we'll see. But you're
service-wise, water filters. You might find this interesting. I'll send you the links after we're done here. But some of our suppliers, 3M and Pentair in particular,
Mm-hmm.
they were putting out this thing where if you haven't had, like for restaurant owners or bar owners that haven't had their equipment running in like let's say 7 days, you gotta flush your water filters for about 5-10 minutes with water, keep that life. But for those people that have gone week past, there's been some proven studies that microorganisms can come in and go into the filters. So best practice, once people start getting back to work, getting back into their bars and restaurants, they'll have to change those out.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the big key things too. So we talk about opportunity in these times, not being an opportunist, but opportunity for us to kind of think outside the box and new things to come. For us, I know I'm going to be thinking about offering new added services for deep cleaning. We do
Absolutely.
we do PMs on equipment. We're changing the filters, we're doing all that stuff, whether it's Everpure or 3Ms or the Hashizakis themselves or whatever it might be. So we're going to be really looking to come in and do these deep cleans and so on and so forth. So
absolutely,
I think we're going to see a lot of increased sales in business,
especially
on the filtrations and microbial and making sure everything is really
real sanitized. Yeah, got to clean those heads. Make sure the ice machines, steamer, ovens get cleaned out properly, because if they've been sitting too long, you just don't know what's going inside.
It's true.
So, I mean, it's like everybody's learning at the same time. It's crazy because we never had this situation happen before.
No.
Filters are meant to run continuously, but if they sit for too long, this stuff happens.
Yeah.
So that's going to be something we're all going to see. You, especially in the service side.
Oh yeah.
You're going to be running up against these ice machines that you cleaned like a month ago. What's happened since?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of productions have slowed down. Some have ceased, and especially here in New Jersey, and New York, because a lot of the country. I'm watching service companies and people that I know across the country. They're still operating. I mean, they're still working. Some of these guys got full crews. Some of them got 50% of crews or 30%. I mean, we're down to goose egg right now. Because we're calling the hospitals, we're calling schools, we're calling the restaurants, we're calling all these different places. We work with a lot of national chains, and the bottom line is they're limiting the people in their kitchen to only the staff because they don't want to put anyone else at risk. And it's kind of put us to the position where it's like, hey, we had to put our operations at a halt right now, which is super tough. But
that's tricky because
for you guys, I mean, you ship across the country, I assume.
Yeah.
Are you seeing a surge in some places and maybe slow?
Yeah, I've noticed Midwest, nothing's really changing too much. California and like Northeast, I mean, big difference in sales numbers because people aren't allowed to go in, do their PMs. They got jobs to do, but they just can't get them done. Whereas like let's say Florida or like like Indiana or like not Illinois, but like more Midwest, people are still able to get into job sites and able to do some stuff.
Yeah,
or at least that's what we've been able to see.
Yeah,
less and less in Florida now, but
yeah, it's getting crazy. And I will tell you today, the governor here in New Jersey just put out maybe an hour ago that all public parks are shut down.
Oh wow! So
shut down. So there's going to be police presence, making sure that people are not there. I don't know if fines.
They're going to be kicking out, fines.
What's going to happen as far as that? I didn't read enough into it.
I heard in Pennsylvania, somebody was driving a good friend of some family of mine, and they got stopped at a stop area, asked what they were doing. They said just going for a ride. They got a $250 ticket. So that's in the Pittsburgh area. So
I mean, the bottom line is we have to stay home. And I've been staying home for the most part, unless I have to do a quick supermarket run here or there. But I'm in my office today. Obviously, everybody's home, nobody's here. But I mean, I think the thing is, you hear it: stay home, stay home. We have to stay home, and we just got to bear this for a few more weeks. Hopefully, I mean, I'm going to be hopeful and say maybe by early May we're open and getting back to some business. But
Yeah, hopefully, I mean, they're saying by end of April, things get back to normal, but I mean, I think it has been slowing down a little bit. The numbers have, although I did see, I think today that said otherwise, but the past 2 days, I guess we're all right.
Yeah, I this morning watching Governor Cuomo in New York, and listening to Governor Murphy just posting too. Basically, I think that it's starting to happen, but they're saying it's only starting to happen because we're staying home. We can't
That's
just
right.
run back outside. We got to stay and let the hospitals, because this is really about the hospitals too. They're overwhelmed, obviously. So
Yeah, I mean, they're getting swamped, especially by you guys. I mean, Upper New Jersey, New York City, it's getting bad. I mean, I was
yeah,
talking to somebody.
I'll tell you,
Um,
Hackensack University Hospital. I have someone I know that works there, a nurse. She said they have the cafeteria now set up with hospital beds because they're running out of room.
God,
And and this is sad to hear, the bodies that were piling up, they actually had to bring in a refrigerated truck to store the bodies because there's not enough room.
oh my God,
Yeah.
oh, that's crazy.
I mean, this is super serious. It's super real, and that's why I love doing these Fed chats, because we can just stay in touch and continue to talk and see what everyone else is going through. So yeah, I mean, obviously you're
Yeah.
in your home. Where do you live?
Rochester, New York. Well,
You're
just a little south of it. We're in Bloomfield, which is like a little, maybe like 20 minutes out. But
so you're in Rochester. You're home. You're home with family. You're home by yourself.
yeah, I'm just home with my wife, and just I
Yeah.
go to work, I come back home, and that's just my routine. I don't really
Yeah.
go anywhere else. I grocery shop once a week. I go
Yeah.
to Aldi's, but besides that, I mean,
Yeah. So no
staying
kids.
home.
No kids.
No kids. Nope. Freshly married too. I just this past November. So.
Oh, congrats. That's
Oh,
awesome.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, very excited.
Yeah. My sister has one son, so I have a 2-year-old nephew, but she's actually due to have a baby at the end
Oh
of this
wow.
month.
Ooh,
So
congratulations.
planned
That's
C-section
exciting.
on the 27th.
Cool.
So she's everyone's excited, but she's super nervous because here in New Jersey they're not letting husbands in the room
Oh yeah,
to have the
New
baby.
York too. Like I
Yeah.
mean, it's stressful, but man, hopefully it all goes well.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm
That
sure it will. I told her, she did it once before. She'll do it again.
yeah.
They said she could FaceTime him. So that's
Yeah, we'll
technology.
see what happens.
His face. She's probably gonna get that out of my face.
You were at New York Restaurant Show, right? What do you think about should they have had the show or it was
Yeah.
like right before. It was March 8th through the 10th or 9th or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, this is when it was just starting to
Crazy.
emerge as something serious. When you walked in, the sign said, "Don't feel obligated to shake someone's hand." Everybody was just elbow bumping.
That's right. Yeah, we were all elbow bumping. I met up with Janine there, and we just did a little elbow bump.
Yeah.
But
And then from there, I actually flew to Denver to RIFMA, where
oh,
I
okay.
was speaking out there at that conference. And same thing, everyone was just hand sanitizer and just walking around and trying to.
I mean, that's all you could do, or you do the foot shakes.
That's
Some
what
people are doing those.
people are doing that too. People are doing that too. So
You get excited for NAFM
I'm excited for
next
NAFTA.
year?
I'm going to look to get back to doing what we do, hitting the industry hard, and
Oh yeah,
cameras rolling, and just interviewing people and talking with people and bringing the industry to YouTube and letting other people see it and see what they're missing out on by not being part of it. So there's a lot of
absolutely.
exciting things coming.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We've been using this free time, slower time. We just built a studio in our warehouse. We're
Okay.
gonna be pumping out some videos.
Oh,
Really,
okay.
water filtration related, food service wise. So
I
I
got to
think
get
that's
out.
gonna be.
I'd love to get out there and be able to get some stuff, some footage with you guys.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Do some collaboration and cross promote.
Absolutely,
That'd be
that'd
great.
be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it's a niche part of the industry, but it's essential for all the equipment out there.
It is.
You don't want a $15,000 steamer going down because it's all scaled up.
Listen, and that's why we're in business. You
Exactly.
tell people all the time what you need to do, and there's just neglect because at the end of the day, they're just trying to pump food out, take care of their customer. So there is that neglect which is why we try to put the maintenance plans in place, but not everybody believes in it. So we want to start, actually, that's one of the things we want to start doing is when this is all over, more how-to and more planned maintenance style videos to really show the importance of it all, and then just pump it out to our customers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, everybody's got different water conditions, even in municipalities, So, I mean, depending on everybody's situation, one filter might be perfect. And then right next door, it might not be the right fit. Yeah. And it really all depends. It's crazy.
It does. And New Jersey has, I think, some of the hardest, if not the hardest water in the country. Someone might be able to fact check that. I'm not saying that's 100%.
It's true. Right at the Penna border, I mean, we've seen some rough stuff.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's stuff that's just caked up in there. And, that's one of the things that we're talking about seeing. What I was trying to talk to our customers about to try to let them understand about the maintenance part of it right now, especially when you're slowing operations down. If you're turning off a steamer and you're turning off these, with these generators and everything's just sitting, what's going to happen? It's all going to harden.
It's all going to coagulate. Yeah. I mean, silifos.
So that's why we wanted to come in and do cleanouts before they shut their operations down or slowed them down and hey, we're not going to be using that steamer and that combi oven this because we're only going to be over here now, I think, and not to say that I'm happy about that, but because I'm not happy about it, but what it is that that's the opportunity when we get back to business for these service companies all over the country, all over the globe. There's going to be such an opportunity to really get in, and the phones are going to be ringing off the hook.
Oh, absolutely. You guys are going to be gangbusters. I mean,
I know.
It's going to be crazy. Come May, I mean, hot season, you know how it is with ice machines in general. Man. And just bringing this into the scene, I mean, it's going to be busy.
Yeah, big time.
But I mean, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the busy times.
Yeah, and it's going to come back, and that's what I'm trying to tell people. Stay positive, just get through it, and communicating to employees. So that's one thing we'll talk about real quick about. How are you communicating to your employees? I know you mentioned teams and you're staying together, but are there continuous updates throughout the week about what's happening with COVID and and all those different things? Are you?
Yeah, we'll talk about it in our meetings. We'll go over everybody's been talking to customers or whatever, so we'll be like, oh, how are these guys doing, or how are they? Everybody's faring differently. So some people doing great, other people really struggling. And some people aren't going to make it out of this, unfortunately. But right now it seems like it's slow, and people are just managing to scrape by. And then once things pick up, they'll be able to get right back on that horse. But until then, but it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. It's coming. So
that's right. It's all about the positivity.
We gotta stay positive.
Absolutely.
So
I'm right there with you.
Yeah. What else? What else, Charlie? What else we got going on? Anything?
Well, I just made a video today regarding that. Within 7 days, let's flush some water through that filtration system, keep it pumping.
Okay.
That'll maintain its life.
You just put a video up?
Just about to after this.
Okay. Where are we going to find that video? On your?
I could post on FEDD. Post on LinkedIn. We also have a FAIM Reps Facebook page.
Perfect.
We post on there, so.
Okay, so we'll be on the lookout for that video. Yeah,
it's coming out.
Yeah, and I continually encourage people to use the Fed group to pump information out with what they're doing during this time. Even long after this is over, continue to pump that information out. But, if you have tips and tricks and different things that you're doing and you're putting video out, we'd like to have people put those videos in the group so people can kind of comment and also get the wheels turning so they could say, oh, we should be doing some videos of something this nature.
Yeah, I mean.
Keep it going.
I mean, there's never been a better time to, post a great video because, we all have smartphones. We have excellent cameras. We might as well take advantage of the technology we have and, embrace a new world.
Yeah, that's one of the big things I've been encouraging people during this time. Don't slow down the content. More. We need more.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that to myself. I should be putting out more. And I'm going to plan on it. I got a bunch of Fed chats scheduled. I want to start doing some other things on my LinkedIn, but you really need to, now's the time to connect with people more than ever.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what you're doing is the best because, you're getting all these angles. I saw, you're talking to that marketing guy earlier this week.
Oh, I was with Evan. Yep.
Evan, yeah. And just getting all these different perspectives is the best way to get everybody fired up about, coming back to work and getting things going, really.
Yeah, and that's what hopefully this is going to inspire people to do. Keep the wheels turning. Keep the jets on. I know it's don't take your foot off the gas kind of thing. So,
Absolutely.
Post COVID-19, I think we'll be sitting around our dinner tables in December.
Yeah.
Just talking about everything, how it happened.
Yeah. Hopefully this all blows over. No depression or anything. We just get right back on that horse.
Yeah.
And things will get back to normal.
Yeah.
Kind of like a new normal. I don't know if it'll ever be like 100% normal, but
I don't know.
We'll be cleaner at least.
Right. Right.
We'll be cleaner. We'll be healthier, I think, or hopefully.
So. Yeah. So, all right. Listen. Is there any ending last encouraging words for Fed Nation?
Just stay tuned. Keep active. Using this time as the best time to get some content out there that you've been really wanting to, or just trying something new. Never been a better time to learn. There's so many online classes.
Yes.
Yes. Getting certified in something. Excellent way of spending some free time and really, diving into something you've always wanted to do. So.
Yeah. Perfect timing for that. We all sit here and say, I have no time. All we have is time. It's one big day at this point.
And plenty of time.
Yeah, there's lots of creative things that you could be thinking about doing, new strategies, getting ready for these things in place, and keeping in touch with your customers, keeping in touch with your employees. It's all super important right now, and just being there, even if it's just an ear to listen. So
exactly, yeah, just reaching out to your customers and seeing like, hey, how you guys doing? I haven't talked to you in a while, because you never know what's going on with them, or and those words of encouragement, they'll be thinking about it. Yeah, might not be a week or two, but when the opportunity comes, they'll hit you up and say, hey, I've got this thing. Let's do something.
Yeah, and I actually, and before we go too, I actually spoke with someone yesterday who I guess probably, we're all doing different things and rushing around, so we might not all be blasting emails out every week or every month, and what do we do? So I let someone know that they said, hey, how do you do that? So I use Constant Contact. I don't know if you use something else. But I'm using Constant Contact to continually blast emails out to our reps and dealers and service providers, somebody that we stay in touch with, and our customers and just everybody. That's
a good one. We use MailChimp, for example.
Yep.
That's our massive mailer platform that we use. It's a great way. We try to do one, about once a week, sometimes twice, depending on what's going on, if something crazy's happening in the food service water filtration part of the industry, but usually about once a week, reaching out to everybody.
Once a week is good, because that's one of the things, you don't overdo it. Think about when you're getting blasted by. I have this clothing company that I bought T-shirts from like over the summer, and they were blasting me every day.
Every day, yeah, that's okay.
Goodbye.
Yeah,
so you're doing it, spacing it out. But if you have a big announcement, listen, you could fit another one in.
Everybody gets one. But, certain people every couple of weeks, like old customers or whatever that haven't bought in a while or you haven't talked to in a while. It's always good to just say, hey, how's it going? Yeah. Been a while. So,
yeah.
It's all about reaching out.
One of the things I'll be doing is putting a personalized video together for our customers, and I'll be blasting that out probably the end of this week or maybe early next week, just to continually update. So I'll put it on YouTube. And
that's a great way. Personalized videos is an excellent way to get your customer involved, and they'll think like, oh wow, he's talking directly to me. Video platform.
Yes.
This is wonderful.
Yes.
That's what we've been doing mostly, is the personalized ones, because that just seems to be really nice and effective. But the broad spectrum ones, you can cast a wide net and you might be able to get something.
Yeah, for sure. So it's just again, staying on top of it, staying creative, and putting forth effort. It's like, Rich, there's no time. It's just about effort. With effort, you'll find results.
Absolutely.
So I think we'll just end it there. I appreciate you jumping on, Charlie. We'll
Yeah,
definitely
thanks
be
for
in touch.
talking.
And
Yeah, this
don't
is
forget
great. I love this. So,
thank you. I thank you very much. And don't forget to post that video on what you just
oh,
finished up.
you got it. It'll be on a little later today. So,
Perfect. All right. So this is another Fed chat in the books. Ladies and gentlemen, stay safe, stay healthy, stay home, and we shall see you on the next video.
alrighty.